We are aligned with our international allies in saying that we will escalate the sanctions, that there will be even more tough sanctions on key oligarchs, on key organisations in Russia, limiting Russia's access to the financial markets if there is a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, which I'm afraid to say, Kay, we are very much expecting. It's important that we retain some sanctions in the locker to respond to a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, because we are doing all we can to deter Vladimir Putin, to inflict as much pain as we can on the Russian government, to make it clear to the people of Russia that their government is violating international law, is violating sovereignty, so that we need to keep those sanctions in the locker for that, I'm afraid, very likely event. But we have more individuals that we will target in the event of a full-scale invasion of Ukraine, and we'll be targeting them in conjunction with our international allies, like the Europeans and like the United States, to make sure that these people can't travel, that their assets are frozen, and that they will have nowhere to hide. And that is the message we are sending to Vladimir Putin and his regime, is that we will inflict even more pain in the event of a full incursion into Ukraine, and we will not let Vladimir Putin win.
What constitutes a full invasion?
Well, it constitutes troops crossing the border.
They have already.
Well, that is frankly ambiguous at this stage, Kay. We've heard.
So we acknowledge now that it's ambiguous, those two regions.
We've heard from Putin himself that he is sending in troops. We don't yet have the full evidence that that has taken place. What we are expecting, and this has been confirmed by the Americans as well as by the United Kingdom, is a full-scale invasion, including potentially of Kiev. But we continue to consult with our allies.
So you'd have to move on.
Vladimir
Kiev.
Putin constantly tries to use disinformation. He tries to use false flags. He tries to create ambiguity. And what I'm saying is we will not allow that to happen. We will remain united with our allies. We are constantly watching the intelligence. We're working with each other.
Understood.
And we will respond very swiftly and severely in the event of that full incursion.
But does it have to be a move on Kiev in order for you to introduce more sanctions?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No,
so
it doesn't.
What does it have to be?
Well, it has to be what we would describe as a full-scale invasion, but that could be on other parts of Ukraine. Regrettably, the Russian forces are encircling Ukraine, so we don't know exactly where that would happen, but we will know it when we see it, and we will react immediately.
Do you, from your intelligence, do you expect him to try to do that?
We do. We think it's highly likely that he will follow through on his plan for a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This is one of the reasons, Kay, that we have advised British citizens to get out whilst commercial flights are still available, because the situation is extremely concerning. We're doing all we can to support the Ukrainian government. We've supplied defensive weapons. We're supplying economic support. We're working very closely. I'm in regular touch with the Ukrainian Foreign Minister to provide all the support we can. We are very concerned about the situation on the ground.